All right, let's talk about the digital chaos that seems to pile up in our lives. Today, we're going to dive into some amazing tools that can totally transform how you manage everything, from your most important files to your most precious resource, your time. So let's get right into it.
Okay, be honest. We've all been there, right? That heart-stopping, sinking feeling in your stomach when you realize hours of work or maybe even priceless photos have just vanished. It's a universal pain, a real relic from a not-so-distant digital past.
Yeah, that past actually has a name. We call it the pre-cloud era. It was a time defined by limits and, let's be real, a whole lot of digital headaches. So let's break down what that actually felt like.
I mean, just think about how normal this stuff used to be. You'd have to email files to yourself just to switch from your desktop to your laptop. And trying to work with a team? Oh man, you'd end up with a dozen files all named something like final_report_v2_final_ I swear this is it. And if your computer died, well, usually your data died right along with it. It was this constant, low-grade anxiety that we all just kind of accepted.
But then, everything started to change. This massive solution came along, something we all now just call the cloud. And honestly, the best way to picture it is like your own personal, super secure digital locker that you can get into from anywhere in the world.
So, what is it, technically speaking? Well, cloud computing is really just a huge network of powerful computers or servers that you connect to over the internet. So instead of saving a file to your own computer's hard drive, you're saving it to one of these massive, secure computers. And that's what makes it available to you anytime, anywhere.
And the difference is just night and day. Before, your data was literally trapped on one device, totally vulnerable to being dropped or spilled on, and you had to remember to back everything up. Now, with the cloud, your data is accessible everywhere, it's protected in these professional data centers, and it's backed up automatically. The peace of mind alone is a total game changer.
And here's the thing, you are almost certainly using the cloud already, even if you don't really think about it. Services like Google Drive, Apple's iCloud, Dropbox, Microsoft's OneDrive, they're all built on this exact technology. They're just the front doors to your digital locker.
And it's not just for our personal stuff. Entire industries basically live on the cloud now. When you stream a movie on Netflix, or jump into a Zoom call, or listen to a playlist on Spotify, yep, you're tapping directly into the power of the cloud. These companies literally couldn't exist without it.
Now, this amazing cloud technology does more than just hold our files. It can also help us organize that one thing we can never get more of, our time. And this is exactly where cloud-powered scheduling software comes into play.
At its core, scheduling software is really just a digital tool to help you manage all your commitments. It's like it takes a classic paper planner and just supercharges it with the power of the cloud. That's what makes it shareable, accessible from anywhere, and, well, really smart.
So let's stop and think about that for a second. How does simply moving your calendar online actually make a difference? Well, it's about more than just knowing what's coming up next. It's about seeing your time clearly, sharing your availability with people effortlessly, and making sure nothing important ever falls through the cracks.
Okay, theory is great and all, but let's get practical. We're going to do a quick start guide using one of the most popular tools out there, Google Calendar. Let's create a couple of common events you'd make all the time.
First up, an all-day event. This is perfect for things like birthdays or holidays. You just find the right month, double-click on the day, and give it a name. Then you just check the little all-day box. But here's the pro tip, set it to repeat annually. You do it once, and your calendar will remind you forever. No more excuses for forgetting.
Okay, now for a timed event, like a party or a meeting. The process is pretty similar, but this time you're going to set specific start and end times. And this is where the magic happens. You can add a location, and more importantly, you can invite your guests just by typing in their email addresses. Say goodbye to those endless back and forth texts trying to coordinate. It's all in one spot.
So, you've seen the why and you've seen the how. Now, let's lock in all that new knowledge with a quick little review. You ready? First question. How can scheduling software help at work or school? Well, it's all about bringing order to the chaos by helping you organize tasks and appointments. So the answer is A.
Question 2. What's the main purpose of scheduling software? You got it. Its central job, its whole reason for being, is to manage appointments and bookings. That's B.
And number 3. What's a really common feature of this kind of software? One of its most powerful tricks is the ability to share calendars with others, making working together seamless. So that's B. And our final question, what does that all-day event option mean? It simply means the event lasts for the entire day. A key little feature to know. The answer is B. Awesome job!
So let's wrap this all up. We've talked a lot about technology today, but it all comes down to something much more personal. A digital calendar isn't just a list of appointments. It's a visual representation of your life, your priorities, your goals. In a way, it's a blueprint.
So the only question left is, how are you going to use this blueprint to build a more organized, productive, and intentional life? The tool is right there in your hands. Now it's time to start designing. Thanks for joining me for this explainer.